think we lost a couple of them.
Richard just dropped it off.
Brandon, it's good to see you on stage today.
It's nice to see. I was this nice to be in this room for the first time. And nice meeting all everyone.
Did you say pink hole?
I don't know what came out of mine, but hi, phone woman. So someone just start talking, please.
Once upon a time.
Where's the fucking moderator? I'm sorry, by the way, if you brought your kids to this, I don't know what the fuck. Oh, there you are. Yes, we need you to talk and ask us something.
I am. Again, it's good to see you for the first time ever in this room this weekend. Viv, I have a question for you, and that is, with Hazbet and Helluva, what made you decide to work on 2 shows at the same time?
Mental illness. I describe myself a lot as a creative shark. I have to keep moving. And so, after we made the Housing pilot, I was already thinking about other ideas and other characters and where the shows would go. And I came up with these little imp characters, and I was like, what would like the classic demon imp minion with pitchforks look like in this universe that's so different? And so I conceptualized these 3 characters, and then I ended up being like, these are fun. I think these are their own thing.
Their own thing.
And so I went out I made a little one-sheet pitch kind of for it, and I had just discovered Brandon's series Blade the Hero, which you were still doing. You were still, yeah, I'm talking about you.
Yes. Well, I don't know when you found me. Did you find me? I was in the middle.
I already knew your videos, but it was when you were making Blade the Hero.
I made that show just to be in Helluva.
But anyway, I saw it and I was watching. It was ongoing, and I was like, this guy would be the perfect fit for these characters. This would just be so good. And so I reached out, and you actually took me seriously, and we met at Starbucks, and we
which is insane because you're a woman. So
yeah.
What do you, right?
It's very rare. No, and I say it a lot too because I go on a lot of generals, and generals are usually you sit with someone and they go, "We can't wait to work with you," and you're like, "Yeah, I can't wait to work with you either," and you're really excited, and then nothing happens.
Is that real? Did they really do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. And sometimes it's genuine, but anything in this industry is just so slow. Everything takes time. And so I was expecting, it to be maybe someday when Aspen's over, this would happen. And then, Brandon, you were like, yeah, I'm free on Sundays, I'm kind of busy on Wednesdays, but Tuesday, and I was like, you're down?
The creation of this show felt like an after-school assignment. When you have a partner that you're assigned or a group project, you go home and work together. Because it's okay, we'll meet on Tuesday. We'll bring the laptop and we'll come up with ideas. And it at the time was just us coming up with a funny one video. It was like a
pilot. Yeah,
and I didn't have I had no foresight to what would become of the show, but it was fun. We were just at a diner for months writing each episode and eating food that we could afford at the time, which was basically chicken tendies and pickles.
Yeah, a giant pickle all the time.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? I have a question that I want to clarify. When I'm disseminating this information, I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Did you plan on making any more of Helluva, or was this supposed to be just a little 5-minute guy?
I wanted to make it more.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it was that pilot was a pilot. It was but it was made alongside the Has-Been pilot in a way. We were pretty far along the Has-Been pilot, but again, because Brandon took it seriously right away, we were able to jump right in and we wrote it and we started on it, and we had some artists that were finishing up on Has-Been pilot and were available to jump onto it. So it was in so many ways Helluva is so was the saving grace of Has-Been in so many ways, because it allowed artists to kind of move on to something else and stay around and then move back to Has-Been, and obviously Helluva went into production before season 1 of Has-Been, so we were able to learn so much. I found a team. I found working with you guys was amazing, and so if I hadn't worked on Helluva season 1 with you and Andrew and with the artists and with the directors, and Has-Been would not be what it is. So
Also, herself. Like that's
Oh
such a
yeah,
boss
yeah.
bitch move.
Which is
Like,
very fun.
Yeah,
It's
because usually
green light myself.
Yeah, she greenlit herself because usually when you do a pilot, you have to wait and see if someone will pick it up. And Vivian did it and went, "Fuck it, I'll pick it up." Like it's amazing.
So, I'm happy to have you on both our Has-Been and Helluva panel, and with that, ask what the difference is when writing between the two shows, when writing songs between the two shows.
The number one difference is deadlines, because Helluva Boss gets to be on Spindle's schedule, which is Viv's schedule, and Viv's an incredible person to work for in that, like, it takes however long it takes. And, you know, there's never a worry of like, I mean, obviously there are deadlines in mind for Helluva Boss, but it's never like, oh my God, we really gotta hurry. Like the deadlines are so rigid and I'm so scared, what if I don't make this deadline? There's never any of that because Has-Been obviously has these like big studios that are also involved. We've got Prime Video, we've got Ventobox, we've got A24. There are a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and to be like, hey, I need an extra few days on this, needs the approval of like 7 different people. Whereas Helluva Boss is all Viv, and so it's really like, hey, here's where the song is so far, and you're like, oh, cool. Do you think you can get it to here by the time we get here? Because I want to start touring then. I mean, it's just so much more flexible, and there are ways in which, you know, the deadlines of Has-Been create interesting things. I always think like any kind of limitation of any kind is very conducive to creativity. Like there are always really interesting ways to respond to limitations like that can make art great. But it's really cool that with Helluva, like those also don't exist, and it's very much like, hey Sam, like what are you feeling on like getting this done here? Like it's so collaborative, and it's really like us deciding when it gets done, as opposed to, you know, some executives who are very nice in other, you know, in their studios being like, it needs to be done on this day. Otherwise, like, the creative is very, very similar because we're talking through stuff together, we're talking about the characters, about what their influences are musically, what the story beats need to be in the song. The conversations around the creative are almost identical, but the deadline thing really does change the process.
And this next one's for anybody who wants to answer it, and that is really one of the underlying, not necessarily underlying tones of the Helluverse, and that is the LGBT representation in the show. How important was it for you to get that across? And anybody else down here on the table, how important is that for you to showcase?
That's right. How many queers we have here? Oh my God, I knew we were in trouble.
I mean, it's incredibly important, and to me, it's also more important than ever. We're just in a very scary time for the LGBT community, and I'm so genuinely thankful that both these shows can be just as openly queer as they are, and Helluva especially, it's like such the heart of the show in so many ways, and I don't know, like it's freeing to know that we have no one saying we can't do or depict or have characters of any kind. So yeah, it's very important, and it's you know, I'm very proud of the fact that that's what these shows are so steeped in. Brandon, the other queer
Where's that moderator?
We're going to take some questions from our audience now.
Let's do it.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Kian.
Hello.
So my question is, this is a big one to start off with. You just like to say which month, but when is the release date for the Has-Been season 2 show?
Points forever.
Thank you, Kian.
You waited an hour just for you to go.
Yes, yeah, it's, you know, you gave it the college try.
You did, you tried,
Yes.
valiant effort.
Yes. I have a bomb in the base of my neck that Jeff Bezos will explode if I were to run
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Connor.
Hi, Connor.
I've been a massive fan of Victor for a long time, and when I started watching Helluva especially, I was very pleased with like the levels of heart and humor and beautiful art and the levels of, you know, games. But something I was sort of pleasantly surprised by was the quality of like action, and the fight scenes especially have always been impressive to me in both these shows, but especially Helluva. Everyone loves the Truth Seeker's final fight. There's this one moment that sticks in my head from the Blitz versus Millie, like possessor fight, where she punches him so hard it makes a crater in the wall. That was raw. What I was wanting to ask was, what are some of your influences when it comes to action specifically, like how you approach writing action scenes and boarding them and things like that?
That's a cool question. I mean, honestly, like action is something I think is so cool, but like it's definitely a skill set completely outside of me. So I really rely on the talent of my board artists for action. Like obviously, I can imagine the kind of action I want. You know, like what kind of fight is it? What characters are involved? Like, you know, is it like, you know, and what's nice about the IMP characters is that they're all like very hand to hand, and they all have like different kinds of like weapons, and they've all got different skill sets in a fight. And so, but yeah, you really just have to find really talented and creative action board artists, because you know, at the end of the day, it's the boards that are the blueprint of anything in animation. And for the True Seekers fight, we actually worked with another indie studio called Chaos Emporium, and they kind of did that whole scene. Yeah, they specialize in action. Yeah, they specialize in like action and like kind of things like that. And that was when we were kind of like new, you know, like nowadays we do our own actions, like we Millie fight and Ghostwalkers. I can't believe I forgot the name of the episode for a second. The Millie fight, that was like our team, and like same with the Adrenalist fight and Sinfulness. Like we really have been stepping up with the action, but like that first one was so fun because it was like all the characters like doing their thing, and so that will be a special. But action's cool. Yeah.
I also would be remiss if I didn't say that, like, I'm so grateful for how incredible the action sequences and just all of the animation is, because it does so much heavy lifting for us as the voice actors. Like, I've always said, I'm like, I could just go in and be like, butt, fart, pee, fart, pee, ha, ha, and like the episode would be amazing. You know what I mean? Because it's such a visual feast. So yeah, it's amazing. They're really making us look good over there. I'm super grateful.
Shout out to the team. Shout out to the animators.
Thanks for your question.
Thank you.
Hello. Oh boy. Hi. Okay, first, what is your name?
Owen.
Owen. How old are you, Owen?
11.
11. Everyone, please put your phones away. We're not going to go viral again. Hi, Owen. What is your question?
Okay, so, anyone can answer this. What is your character's favorite animal and why?
Great question.
That's a good question. Safe question. Character's favorite. Yeah, ooh. Blitz, what's your favorite?
I did not.
Careful, Blitzy, how you answer this.
Blitz's favorite animal is one that he can ride. Well,
It's not a horse.
I think Blitz does like horses, but I think his favorite animal is always going to be him.
Stolas loves birds. Anything with two wings, Owen. Anything with two wings.
Moxie likes geese because they honk and that's musical.
Millie likes cats because she can kill them and they come back to life.
probably wolves. I don't really have an inspired answer because I don't want to like say something. I have to discuss it with Viv because I'd have to like it would make it canon. You know what I mean? I have to discuss behind the scenes. Yeah, I'd say probably wolves.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Owen.
Ducks for everyone.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Toddy. Nice to see you all here. It's been a wonderful year for all of you, especially with the season 2 finale and the big reveal. I mean, a lot of fans out there
What happened in the
saying-
season 2 finale?
Well, a lot of fans are talking about it and making more fan art. For season 3, what are your thoughts about adding a new family?
We're talking about what's in Millie.
Yeah,
I don't think that's as far as I know, it's just me.
young children there.
What did you say?
Vivian
Miss
Nixon
Nancy?
Williams, she has 3 little ones of her own. I mean,
Did
what
you know
do
that?
you do?
What's your what?
I mean,
Ask me what she did to get those?
well,
I think in season 3, Moxie should get pregnant.
yeah, I think we should add a kid to the office. Add a kid into season 3. I would love to see a family. I mean, how would you react to it?
We don't know how anyone reacts, do we, Viv? No, nobody reacts to anything. Everyone's just in the dark in season 3.
I think you'll just have to watch season 3 and I think that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
What an amazing year for you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Hello, Katie.
So first, I want to say, like Sam, Brandon, and Richard, I want to thank you because you guys were my childhood, and you three are like the reasons I'm a nerd. So as we know, for the pilot, it's non-canon because originally Stolas was going to hire the IMP to like do something, like kill whatever. How do you think the story would have went if you guys like kept the pilot, like have Stolas hire IMP? How do you think the story would have went?
Sorry, there's a crashing over there. No, I thought there was crashing over there. Well, I mean, the way I see it is like it would be a very different show. It would be a very different show, and I see this be talked about a lot. It's like, what if Stolas stayed kind of this villainous character? What if that, like, you know, what if some of these things in the pilot were kind of the thread? And like, honestly, like, that's totally valid. Like, I think that like there absolutely would have been an interesting story there. That's totally valid. But the one thing I will say is like that's not what the story is. That's not what the characters are. And I do think it's very important to focus on like what the story is and like where it's going, because the identity of characters like is so intrinsic to who they are. And you know, like there's nothing wrong with like, oh, this would have been so cool if like there was like this different dynamic between these characters. But I personally just think the dynamic that we have is beautiful, and I would never want to tell a different story. So.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, he calls me Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Sorry, I know I'm a loud case. Sorry, this is Bryce. Love your work. Just want to say that out loud.
Thank you.
My question is for the entire cast. If you guys would have a favorite ring or a favorite sin, which one would it be? Because in this house, we all represent lust.
Favorite sin?
Gluttony.
Kill.
Stealing. I love it.
Eating cereal on the couch.
Drinking wine in my bathtub.
Cheetos.
Thank you, Jay.
He's not lying about that. We watched him destroy destroy a bag of Cheetos last night.
The oranger the better. They're basically Day-Glo orange and made from, you know, no brand name, and I will devour a Cheeto. I need a cheese puff. No sponsorship.
His toilet looked like a bowl of orange Fanta.
No, hello, what's your name?
My name's Chris.
Hi, Chris.
My question is for Viv. With the fact that in season 2 we got to see so much of the backstory with Lily and all that, are we going to get more of Blitzo admiring the circus?
I'm really
Killed my
excited.
mom there. I don't want to go back there. If there's more drama flashbacks, Viv, you're gonna put me through that shit again?
I mean, I wanna see and learn more about Blitz's past, but like, so I think the safe answer is yes. Obviously, we'll learn more about it. I can't say necessarily when or how, but yeah, it's an exciting history.
Yeah, we see all the other clown parts that fell out of the explosion. There's like horns and noses and shoes and everything. It wasn't just Vivs, you know, a lot of them lost their hearts. Yeah.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Siren.
Hi, Siren.
And I just want to say I love all of you so much. And my question is, so I see a lot of times people ask like what your favorite quote is from your character, but I want to know what your favorite quote is from somebody else's character.
Sorry, I fucked your husband.
That is the sound of a fucking nibble! Shut the fuck up! Oh, Mousy! That was the sound of a fucking nibble!
Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Hecla, and my question is, look, we're serious. I feel like as an artist or with friends who are artists, the most daunting thing to be told is to be funny. And so my question is, when you're writing lines or delivering them, are you actively like, this is gonna be the funniest thing ever? Or is it just something that happens because you are the character? Or how those like really iconic funny lines come about?
Well, have you ever been hanging out with friends and you're just talking about a topic and then someone makes a joke and suddenly you're all laughing? That's how it is when you're in a writer's room. You deal with the situation. That's the first thing, is what's the situation? There was an old sitcom called The Andy Griffith Show. And Andy Griffith, who was in the writer's room, had a rule. No jokes. No writing jokes. Everything had to come out of the situation. So, like, if you ever watched one of my, if you've never seen it and you're too young, look it up. It's Barney Fife trying to do the preamble of the Constitution, right? It is one of the funniest things in the world. So, I mean, yeah, every now and then, like, we're all improvisers on this panel right here. Every one of us, from the writers to the actors, we improvise. And so a lot of times, that just comes out like when we make a joke with friends.
Yeah, to echo that, the answer is you're always chasing that feeling of something that's funny to you. And like, I think the secret sauce is like something that's funny to you and your friends, that start there and try that. Because chances are, if you think it's funny, we're gonna find it funny. And if not, then you go back to the writer's room and you adjust it. You know, you're always trying and you're always making mistakes, you know, but you're totally right. We all have that fear. When we step into the booth, we're like, shit, I know this has gotta be funny. I know people love the humor on the show. I gotta be funny today. But really, the way, what I replace that voice with is a little kid's voice who wants to jump in the sandbox and have fun and wants to just make his friends laugh. Because that's how I got into this as a kid, was wanting to make my friends laugh in class, and you know, under my breath while the teacher had her back to us, I would try and make my friends laugh. So that's what I'm trying to do in the booth, is capture that energy rather than the adult who's like, well, this is gonna be funny because it's really popular and all the fans love it. Shut up! Like, let's just have some fun. And I
think that's the secret sauce that we're all as performers trying to get back to. Is that thing we all had as kids.
And nothing kills comedy more than like being like, I have to be funny. You know, like all of like everything, like to echo what they said, like the way we write is like we literally are trying to make each other laugh. Like me and Brant, like and half of it, like I feel like half the jokes are us going, like, what if you know, like we try to like get it out, you know, because we have an idea that's funny, and then we see the reaction and see like how it plays, and like, you know, it's very natural. And also inside jokes, like experiences, inside jokes make their way into the show. And like, yeah, and the only challenge that I have, and I don't know if you have this, Brandon, because you write so much comedy, but yours also is so fast, like you're so quick with your turnaround.
Internet these days, you just gotta get them fast. You don't have a lot of time before they swipe up.
I mean, your comedy is so, it's so fast paced and just fiery, and I really admire that about how you write, because when we're writing for Helluva, it's like, all right, whatever these jokes are, they're locked in, and it's gonna be 2 years of hearing these jokes and listening and being like, and at that point, like, we also get to the point where we're like, these aren't funny anymore. This isn't funny, this episode sucks. And then when we release it and everyone hears it and laughs, that's always like, yes, I remember when we laughed at that.
It's easy to forget the nectar of a joke and what tickled you about a joke until you see someone else laugh at that joke for the first time. You go, oh, it was funny. Yeah, and I at the end of every one of my takes, I don't know if I do it as much in Helluva, but certainly with my videos, when they'll cut, I always ask, was it funny? Was that funny? Was I funny there? And if you have a crew that you're super open with, you'll have people saying, no, it'd be funny if you didn't like this, or you didn't like, you know, and sometimes you don't know when you're funny. I'm not funny all the time. I think you're asking, do you think, oh, this will be the funniest thing ever? I mean, yeah, I think that one before I say it, but is it? That's always the intention, right? And so, yeah, we fall on our asses a lot when we're trying to be funny, but you guys only see what's edited, the stuff that does work.
Except for right now.
Right this instant. Yeah, we oh God, I don't have any more to answer.
What are you doing to that microphone? I don't know.
Hey, it's because he's in Broadway. He's working with microphones. You understand? Am I on camera? Am I getting it closer? You know, here it used to be different, and I feel like the straighties are in here going, we're no longer the minority, not in this room. Where's the microphone? You gotta do your
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. What's your name? What is your question?
So first, excluding exes and rocky relationships, Brandon and Bryce. Who would you have to marry Kill in the show?
I'm good. I'm gonna fuck Bright. Jonas. I'll marry Millie. And I'll kill Moxie.
Thank you so much. Hello, what's your name?
Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Sam has seen way too much of me this weekend.
At the table.
So I have a question it's for Viv, Sam, and Brandon. In terms of writing both the scripts and the songs, I just wanted to ask who are your favorite characters to write for and why?
I mean, I love writing all the every single character is a challenge in the scripts. You know, like they're just like because the characters on the show are so unique, and so everyone has like a very strong role to play on the team and everything. So I don't know. I have fun with every every single one of them. And I know that's like the easy answer, but like it's true. Like genuinely, every single character. There's some characters that come harder for me because they're less like me. Like that's why I think Blitz is so fun because Brandon, like you bring so much to Blitz because you have that, right? Like, but he's challenging because he's so like bombastic and confident, and that's like very like, you know, like, it doesn't come super naturally. So I'm like, I love writing characters like that. As far as music, I would say I can't answer.
In terms of music, my favorite thing to do is to write songs that exist canonically as songs in the show. And so I always love opportunities to do that, where it's like, oh, this is an actual like radio song in the universe of Helluva Boss. And some of them are very silly and fun. I mean, like Vacate a Bone Town exists as a diegetic song, that's fun. But some of them are also very serious, like that song Merry Sinmas at the end of Sinmas. Also like, a very, earnest song, but also kind of ties into the plot, and I love opportunities to do that. So it's not necessarily character-based, but I'm always such a fan of being able to look at a fictional music artist and say, how do they operate? What is their creative process?
Thank you.
Hello, what's it? Hello, my name is Mohar, and Helluva Boss has a major online presence with many people who adore the show and many people who scrutinize it. My question is, how do you set that boundary for yourself with what critique to take in? Like, how do you filter it out, basically? How do you not let it get to you?
That's a good question.
Good one.
No one dislikes our show.
That's one.
I don't read the comments. I remember when I first recorded the show and I wanted to see what this was all about, and Erica had voiced the pilot, and I came in to voice Millie in the second episode, and people were just like going off. they really like there was some drama, like there was no drama, like there was like no actual drama, but people were like, oh my gosh, like I was never supposed to voice Millie long term. I booked Luna, that was the character I was supposed to be. So it was never like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they replaced her. It's like, no, like that was always what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you cast a pilot, we pitch to networks and whatnot. Obviously, Viv picked up her own show. But oftentimes we cast a pilot because that's just, this is the proof that this works, and then you go to network and we decide who we want to play the role. So I remember seeing a lot of like, oh, I like the first voice, and I was like I was heartbroken. I was like, man, this hurts my feelings,
I think you're killing.
Fuck yeah! But as time went on and people got used to the sound of my voice, it got better, and I stopped reading the comments. And what I've been able to do is watch the show, appreciate the process, and come to places like this where people love the work that we do. And so I don't pay attention to them.
We have more to say, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little bit more. Just in the sense that, like, this is a question I get a lot. Like, I get a lot, and like obviously, like I think critique of media is such a human thing. Like everyone, you watch a movie, you have an opinion. You read a book, you have an opinion. You care about something intrinsically, and there's a sequel, you have an opinion. It's so human. So I don't mind at all. I think it's incredibly valid to have critique of things you love, to have critique of things you don't love, or to fall out of love, or whatever. So whatever your relationship with the show, it's incredibly valid. Like you can love there's some people who love the pilot and don't like the question earlier, don't like the direction it went and whatever. That's valid. So I don't never feel like you're invalid, but where you are invalid is when you then come at people who make the show, who write the show, who act in the show, and act like that opinion, that version of how you feel is the right way, and that's correct, and that you're the one. That's where it has started, like there have been instances where I'll see things like that, and it bothered me for a little while. But I was like, oh, I can't fix that because you want a version of this show that doesn't exist. You want a version of the story that doesn't exist. And there's nothing I can do with that. That's not constructive. That's not something that like I can take on or should take on. And so if I really had to really like focus on like, why am I telling this story? Why does it mean this to me? What do I want out of it? And at the end of the day, as a creator, you have to write for yourself and you have to write for what you want to see, because the moment you let the audience dictate what you should write or what you should tell, it stops being what people fell in love with in the first place. And I feel like that's something as a creator, I don't know if this is the correct quote, but I know that George R. Martin said something once where it was like, about like people seeing the story or like guessing the story or like deciding on what the story was, and he said something like, well, if you wrote your story, if the butler did it, and then people find out like figured out that the butler did it, you don't change it if the chamber king did it all of a sudden, you know, because you can't let the audience dictate how you change your story, because you have to stick to what you're writing, and you have to hope that the people that it resonates with see that vision. And so to me, with Helluva, like this show means a lot to me. It means the story is so raw, the characters are so genuine, and they feel so real, and I've met so many people that these characters mean something to, and that keeps me going, that keeps telling me that I am doing like right by these characters, and it's just, yeah, like thank you. Like I just really, like truly, this show is so meaningful to me in so many ways. These characters are so human to me, and we take so much care in the writing room. We do not haphazardly write this show. It is planned ahead. I know how it ends. I know the arcs of these characters. Like we know those things, and when we write them, we write them with such intention and so much love, and I all I can do is hope that people are willing to go on this ride with us and be patient and understand that this is definitely a slow burn story. It is ongoing, it is unraveling. And I'm very proud of that. It's unique to animation, because animation is usually so fast. And so I really like that this story is a slow burn of like characters that are evolving and have these really engaging arcs, but also it's like an edgy comedy that has all these crazy like action sequences and crazy things. So yeah, I'm just, that's how I feel. Like, I love this show dearly, and I'm so thankful people love it dearly. And you can feel however you feel about it, but you know, we're gonna keep doing it, and we're gonna do it our way.
Whoa, what's your name?
And I was hoping to get some advice for the artists and writers out there who are struggling with creative block. So, artist block, writer's block, anything like that.
So much
Sorry, I'm so excited to answer this. If you've come up to me at my booth and asked me this question, a number of people have, and I have the same advice for everybody. You need to be willing to make shitty art. It is so important. The number one thing that stops a piece of art from getting done is being worried it's not good enough. Get it done and make it better. Never write and edit at the same time. Get it written, then make improvements. I know so many people who get 20% into every single creative thing they do, and they go, it's not good enough. It can't be good enough until it's finished for you to iterate on it.
That is a perfect follow-up to what I was just saying. That's 100% that. Never go back. Go forward. Improve. You will always improve going forward.
You also, like, as an actor who, like, sometimes has to go to the booth and, like, I'm not feeling great or I'm not feeling it. You cannot wait for the weather conditions in your mind palace to be perfect to make art. It will never happen. You will not ever reach that horizon. It doesn't exist. You'll sail forever. So just do it. Do it when you don't feel like doing it. You guys are getting the deep stuff at Panama.
It's like Hamilton. I like that.
Yeah.
Hello, what's your name?
Speaking of art and this, but this is a little. My name is Shira.
this is a little bit of an easier question, but if you could have a meal with one of your characters, what would you eat? What would you want?
I want drunk Roman at 2 a.m. with Midnight Little Tokyo.
I want Moxie.
Rodent caviar.
Just pork chops with cream of mushroom.
Moxie!
Millie!
I like a little whiskey, a little ass.
Thank you. Hello. What's your name?
My name is Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
I fucked Michaela's picture up today. It was so awful. Thank you, Richard. I'm so happy you're in the building to rewrite on the other side of her picture because I wrote her husband's name twice on the picture and I was looking for sanitizer to wipe it off and then I was like, oh my God, I hope Richard comes back soon. And then Richard came and I was like, Richard, can you redo this? I'll pay you. And he said, if you pay me, I'll do it. So I paid him and he did it.
That just now was the original Hamilton. How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore?
Well then, my question is for Viv, or Vivian. My apologies.
Which Vivian, Michaela? Which Vivian? Let's be clear. Don't say Vivian twice and don't say which Vivian.
The one who fucked your picture up or not?
The creator.
Toronto, with the I-E and then, yeah.
The French style. Yes. So I've been following you. One day I decided to look and see what the name Vivian means, and it means to give life. It's Italian. And I wanted to say that you've certainly done one heck of a good job of bringing things to life, and I want to thank you for that.
I didn't know that, actually. This whole time I thought my name was French. I mean, maybe it is too, but like...
Well, it's Italian, and then it's even funnier because you have, like, one of your characters from your other show is Italian. So that's even funnier, but...
Thank you, that means a lot.
I wanted to say, I've been studying animation for years, and I've been following you and watching your drawings. They're so full of life, so different, and so unique. I've seen your shows, they've always been so great. My question is, what would one have to be your princess?
Oh, that means a lot. I appreciate it so much. I mean, I don't know, I don't think I'm that smart.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Yes, you are.
I have, like, actually legitimately, it's not in the cards anytime soon, but like, I have genuinely thought about teaching. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. I don't know what the criteria is exactly, but you know, like my old college SBA, I really like they used to have like guest teachers come by to like teach like, you know, a class about character design or whatever. So like, you know, I don't think I ever want like an apprentice, but like I think like passing on what I've learned is something that I would love to do someday. I just don't know if I have the capacity to do it in a structured way. I feel like I'm a very rambling, I mean, as you guys are seeing, I'm a very off-the-cuff, rambling person. I don't know, I horrible memorization, I cannot do that sort of thing, so I don't know, but like, I love being able to help people, you know, when you come up to me in my booth, to ask me questions about animation, I've lost any ability to be too fluff. I feel like I do give very honest answers about this industry, about how to get into it, how to, you know, the kind of ups and downs of it, and so yeah, like that means a lot, and I really appreciate it, and I'm always happy to help anyone who needs to hear like realistic advice about this industry and about indie animation, about things like that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we have a little bit less than 10 minutes left. We're going to get through as many questions as possible. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Liz. I just already met Brendan, Bryce, and Richard. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. This is a really funny question. Can you take that depression, his character's voice?
Take that depression.
Take that, depression.
Take that depression.
Take that, depression.
Take that, depression.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Zoe, and my question is, what is it like to get into the headspace to fit into the aspects of voicing a character, especially for the more sadder scenes?
I'm just a sad bitch. I don't know. Again, like acting is being human under different circumstances. Have you ever been sad, Jellicle Cat? Yeah, right? You just kind of, I usually like tap into that. You try to make it real for yourself however you can. Yeah.
That's the beauty of acting. We can convince you we're feeling certain things. When we're not. I don't know. But most days, we wait until one of us has a really bad day. For instance, if I get in a car crash and I'll say, if you have something terrible happen, she said, good, let's get you in the studio. So, you've met that,
Yeah, that was
I'm asking the fucking cat. Was that
Thanks for your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wait, I want to add something, which is, I think a lot of young people think that when you're sad in a scene, you should be hurting. And that's not true. This is pretend what we do, and we pretend truthfully under imaginary circumstances, but it doesn't have to hurt to be an actor doing a sad scene. Like, you can pretend, and you can imagine what it would be like to be under those circumstances, and let your body and your imagination work on that, but you don't have to hurt yourself.
I'm Kate. First of all, I want to say, I'm sure you do this a lot, but I truly adore this show. I connect so strongly to it. All the characters feel so real and so well written and well acted, and it truly it means a lot to me. And I wanted to ask, I was actually inspired by a really lovely conversation I had with Alex Brightman yesterday about Raleigh
Who isn't here at this panel right now?
Yeah, but I want to get your guys' take, because we had a conversation about Chris Raleigh and how he deals with perfectionism, anxiety, and imposter syndrome, and how that feels so, a lot of us feel that really deeply, myself included. So I wanted to ask all of you who would like to answer if there was ever a moment where you got in the booth for your character and you were kind of like, oh shit, I felt that more than I expected to.
The booth or bedroom? The booth. I feel things stronger in the booth. My character's turned up to an 11 in every scene, and so I certainly feel sweat at the end of the booth, at the end of the session. You guys gotta cut me off. I'm just gonna keep talking.
I think everyone feels imposter syndrome. That's just the truth, and I think we all feel it. We still feel it. I'll speak for myself. I still feel it all the time. I'm used to that feeling. I'm used to that showing up, and I go, oh, thank you, hello, you're trying to take care of me, thank you, voice in my head, I appreciate it. But I'm cool here. I'm with my friends, and we're making something awesome. So if you could just pop up and sit on the couch, I'll be in the booth. So the imposter, it doesn't go away. Am I right, fellow performers?
I always think of it like if my entire torso, I've had a lot of therapy, my whole torso is like a house, right? I'm like the anxiety and the fear, you have to be able, or the imposter syndrome, but you don't kick it out, right? You can tell that it's valid and it's okay, but you get to hang out in the bathroom, you don't get the whole house. So yeah.
Yeah, I've heard other people say, invited in for tea, and then show at the door. You're not gonna keep it out. So acknowledge it. Say, yeah, I'm nervous because I care about this. That makes sense. And my nerves are trying to take care of me. That makes sense. okay, well, you guys can stay, but I'm going to be in charge of this moment, and I'm just going to be fearless. So thank you for protecting me, and that's the door when you're ready.
Speaking about lightning around, let's see if we can get to hello.
Hello, I'm Sage, and I have a question for Roxy. How do you feel about possums?
They're pretty cute. I mean, I am not a possum. I had a voice at the beginning of this weekend. Yay!
Thank you so much.
Let's eat one.
Thank you.
What's your question?
Hi, my name is Derek. I'm a big fan of the show. I was wondering, which of the characters is the most thirsty between Blitzo, Stolas,
Stolas,
Angel
you
Dust?
knew that. Talk about my. So what about me being horny? What is your question?
Who's the thirstiest character?
Oh, I am.
I would say Blitz.
Yeah.
I don't know. Osmodeus is.
No, I'm hornier. He's just bigger. That doesn't make him hornier. If his game's got those more ass, that is horny, but I'm the horniest. You understand?
You got it there? Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear.
By the way, you still haven't apologized to the annoying kid in the pilot, even though it's not canon.
I was trying to fucking killing that kid.
Kill that kid. That kid's
Oh, we
dead.
did kill that kid.
Yeah, that kid's
I'll kill him
dead.
again, too.
That was Richard. Richard, you were that kid.
I was that kid. Yeah, I was that kid.
Thank you. Guys, we have literally less than 3 minutes left, so let's just only 2 questions. We're not gonna do more backs and all.
They're back, shithead! Hey, shitheads, remember me?
Yes, this is nice and concise.
Yes. What is your question?
Let me see.
Oh, I mean, you used to come to my stand-up shows years ago.
Fuck yeah!
Okay, I'm sorry I was mean to you. Yeah, but we gotta.
Yeah, do you have a question?
Season 2, episode 8, there's this line that I can't get out of my friggin' head.
Well, tits.
Oh, I've never had tits in my head.
Guess we're gonna have to finally break out position 37.
Position 37, yeah.
What the hell is position 37?
Well, it's not what you think, but it's certainly not what you're hoping. It hurts, but not where you're hoping it hurts.
I've looked at every site that the government hasn't gotten to yet.
Congrats.
Good question.
Next question.
Probably on the list. Hello, what is your name? Hi, Chloe.
I'm a really big fan of the show, and I'm so glad I get to meet you guys. My question is, if you could live in any ring in hell, such as the Pride Ring or the Green Ring, which one would you choose and why?
The sloth ring, because I'm a lazy bitch. I just want to hang out, me too. Big spa there, like vibe. Yeah. All I was gonna say more too. It's to vibe. Being in high and sloth ring, just hanging out. It's nice. Like for the record, it's the nice. It's like a spa. It's like relaxing. It's like it's like the best one.
Great question.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, I'm Amanda, and my question is, what did you come up with? How did you decide on what the hierarchy in hell was? Because I would assume that sinners would be at the bottom because they're from Earth, and like hell creatures would still be above them. So I didn't know if there's any particular reasoning you had behind that.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest reason was again that going back to that like kind of classic theme of what these creatures like were in like mythos. They were always like the minions of the devil, like torturing people. And to me, that just felt like kind of like that's what turned into like, well, they're probably like the retail workers of this universe. Because again, this universe is like a big city, and everyone's it's like a society of its own. So sinners, because the sinners operate the way they are, there's like kind of wayward souls that are just existing in this universe. It just made sense to make the Hellborn species kind of in service to that.
It's like Disneyland. The guests are the worst part, but they keep the park alive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, so with that, we are out of time to listen. of three, I'm gonna hold the mic up. On the count of three, I want you to all yell your question at the same time. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes.
Yes.